As the leader of the free world, many people and nations across the globe look to the United States as an example upon which to build and construct their foundations for their own society. Recently, education in the United States has been under extreme critique, comparison, and assessment by both national and international organizations. The constant comparison of student test scores throughout the world has shown the United States' steady decline in academic achievement on a global scale. In reaction, our government has begun to reconstruct educational policy within the United States to close the achievement gap and make the United States a leader in education once again. In the 1990s, the United States have begun to construct policy that allowed states to create private and charter schools. Internal attributes of states, such as the dynamics of racial competition and interest group leverage, influences the adoption and implementation of new policies. Charter school legislation allows for their creation and formation to be approved by local school boards, but not run by the school boards. This allows parents, community members, or privately owned businesses and corporations to have a stake in the competition. By the end of the 1990s, 37 states had passed new charter school legislation, and almost 2,000 schools have been established. So what's the big deal with the creation of these schools? Changes to our national and state educational policies and initiatives call for schools to become more innovative and creative in their teaching styles and opportunities being offered. With the additional funds charter schools can receive, where does that leave the support of public schools? Ultimately, the support lies within our communities, families, and students themselves. As we've seen policy progress through federal acts such as No Child Left Behind, passed by the Bush administration in the early 2000s, and Race to the Top, added by the Obama administration in the late 2000s, the spotlight on school choice has become brighter. At the federal level, though, a strict division between school choice supporters and critics still divides our educational argument today, specifically concerning how choice can further affect educational stratification. Critics of school choice voice that school choice policy has the potential to attract highest achieving students while discourage lower performing students from applying, resulting in socioeconomic and racial divisions. Supporters, on the other hand, agree that school choice provides disadvantaged students with the opportunity to attend higher quality schools, allowing for specialization. No matter your opinion policy-wise, school choice has stirred up conversation about the future of our educational system in the United States. Family plays a central role in negotiating the future of our educational programs in the U.S. The decentralized nature of the United States educational system allows parents to shop around local school districts and advocate on behalf of their children for their desired placement. While the literature produces mixed results on the specific success on higher and low achieving students, one thing scholars agree upon is the impact that school choice has on the communication between parents and schools. As schools present more choice, parents are more likely to support financially the schools they believe will benefit their children the most, allowing those schools to continue to innovate and attract more students. Community and student relationships also play into the success of the students at their own schools. Strong predictors for supportive school choice are those who live and work in traditional blue-collar professions. On the other hand, decisions made by both family and students regarding choice lies in the academic of those they surround themselves with, making school choice related to peer preference. Adolescents also tend to make decisions based on experience of their predecessors. While family and communities play vital roles, it is ultimately up to the student's success and feedback to help determine the fate of school choice. The original support for school choice has been noted as being attention choice paid to liberating students and families to create competitive environments, noting that school choice's role is to benefit from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. Students have also noted that their interest in the flexibility and innovation offered with choice as opposed to public school education. These arguments, though, provide little validity in the fact that the majority of primary-age students are often unaware of choice and continue along the path of public schooling throughout their careers. As the debate concerning school choice versus public schooling continues, educators within school systems note the significant amount of choice and diversity entering public education, partially to be contributed to the federal government's policies noted earlier. With the continued initiatives passed by our government, both schools that offer choice and traditional public schooling will continue to see change. The support for each institution is vital for each own success. As we continue to evaluate the effectiveness of education in the United States, it is important to keep in mind the choices each institution offers and the individual needs and desires of every student.